Water is a strategic issue. It is a national security. We must price water fully. Even as we give targeted assistance to households, such as USAVE vouchers to help them pay for their utility bills, we must price water correctly. The consumer must feel the price of water. The consumer must realize how valuable water is to us in Singapore every time he or she turns on the tap, right from the first drop. Let me take us back to the time when the government last revised the price of water, which was in 1997. We had not revised water prices for some time then. Elements in Malaysia were threatening to block our water supply from Johor. We were embarking on desalination to secure our water supply. We needed to register with Singaporeans the strategic importance of water and the importance of saving every drop possible. The government, therefore, decided to revise the water price substantially to reflect water's true scarcity value. If we needed any additional water, where would it come from? How much would that additional liter cost? That is what we call the long-run marginal cost, or LRMC. That is the cost which consumers must see. At that time, and even today, the Johor supply was fixed. Local reservoirs was almost fully developed, maybe except Marina Reservoir. New water was not even invented in 1997. It came way later in 2002. Apart from conventional methods of collecting water or rainwater, the only proven technology then was to produce water through desalination. But desalination then was very expensive, $3 to $3.50 through what we call the multi-stage flash distillation. This number did not even include the cost of pipelines. There was no way for the government then to move the water price to the true cost of the next liter, the price of desalination. So it moved instead in steps over the period of 1997 to 2000 to today's water price. Since then, water technology has progressed steadily. PUB itself invested in R&D. This resulted in new water, which was much cheaper than desalination. Desalination technology has improved from MSF to membranes. As a result, we have been able to keep our costs down, the cost of water, and hold water prices unchanged for 17 years. But costs have gone up gradually over the years. At some point, a price revision became essential. Let me give a few examples of how costs have risen in the recent review. Firstly, the LRMC is a mix of new water and desalination costs. Now, in the blend between new water and desalination, we have depend more on desalination for the next liter as water demand increases. There is also a limit to recycling used water in our new water plants. Therefore, to increase our water supply further, we must build more desalination plants. Indeed, we are building 3 desalination plants within the next 3 years. Secondly, as we increase the proportion of water produced by new water reclaimed for new water, effluent becomes more concentrated and indeed more difficult and more costly to process. Thirdly, Singapore is becoming more urbanized, so it's costing us more to build new and replacement pipes to deliver water. Here are some figures from recent expenditures, which can give an indication of how it will be in the future. Looking at the first year of desalination, for instance, while the first year price for our first plant, Sing Spring desalination plant was $0.78 per meter cube, or 78 cents per meter cube. The first-year price of our latest plant at Marina East was $1.08 per meter cube, some 40% increase. For conveyance costs, we now tunnel below the road to lay pipelines. This minimizes inconvenience to road users and the public, but it costs 2.5 times more than conventional pipe laying techniques. As our pipeline ages, PUB will have to more than double the rate of renewal for old pipelines from the current 20 kilometers per year to 50 kilometers per year to minimize pipe leaks and disruptions. All these point to the need to update the RMC, which the 30% price increase has reflected. We are unable to provide details of its computation because of commercial sensitivities. We still need to buy more desalination plants, new water plants, and as more desalination, new water, and water reclamation plants are yet to be built or expanded, revealing the specifics of LRMC could prejudice future bids. But rest assured that the LRMC reflects the best the market can offer. Mr. Pritam Singh asked whether technology is taken into account in the computation of LRMC. My answer is a definite yes. It has always been and is also the case for this review. Technologically, we have squeezed everything we can from the current water processing technology. It will take several more years to achieve the next breakthrough and bring it to a deployable scale. I also thank members for reminding the House that we have had a serious problem in the depletion of the Lingyu Reservoir in recent years. It's not clear whether the current situation is due to climate change, but we cannot discount the possibility of dry weather to persist, and in the future, when climate change effects become more pronounced, it will be more severe. As members are also aware, Johor also draws water from the Johor River, and Singapore is discussing this with Malaysia to ensure that Johor's actions do not compromise our ability to draw the 250 million gallons per day that Singapore is entitled to from the Johor River under the 1962 Water Agreement. What is clear is that Lingyu is operating today at a level way below what we are comfortable with, and it will take years to build up the reliable capacity again. Taking all this together, there is therefore urgency to have our policies, including right pricing, in place so that we can moderate demand by both businesses and households. While also building the infrastructure, we need to have a secure water supply. It is the job of my ministry and PUB to plan and build the infrastructure, which we will do. But it's only through right pricing that we can have everyone valuing water as a strategic resource and consciously conserving it. With 30% increase that we have announced, the price will be close to, though slightly lower than the price of the next drop, or LRMC today. This is the best way to emphasize the scarcity value of water. Members have expressed concerns over the magnitude of 30%. Clearly, this 30% has generated a lot of discussion on water. And I hope it also raises the awareness of its scarcity, its strategic value, and where water is concerned. But in reality, what does 30% translate to? For businesses, 75% will see an increase of $25 per month in their water bills. This is less than $1 a day. Indeed, I'm heartened that some businesses have taken this increase in context and have explicitly said they will not increase prices. For households, the government has provided additional use-safe rebates. 1- and 2-room households will not experience any increase in their bills. For other HDB flat types, monthly water bills will go up by $2 to $11 per month. But overall, water will still be affordable because it will remain at about 1% of household income. So that is what 30% price revision translates to. $1 a day for 75% of our businesses, still within 1% of household income for water expenses. Madam Speaker, let me conclude. Despite our investments in desalination and new water plants, the truth is this: we are still a water-stressed nation. Singapore was ranked first among countries with the greatest risk of water stress in 2014, according to the World Resources Institute. It is not a description of what we do. It is a description of who we are. We hope that through right pricing, everyone will cultivate the habit of water saving as part of our DNA, Singapore's DNA, whether we are a household or a business.